Did I ever tell you how lucky you are by Dr. Seuss? So he's sitting on a cactus. Okay, so there he is, and he looks very sad that I guess the plant died. There was a plant. There's another. So this was made in 1973. This book with love is for Phyllis. No, I can't read that. Jackson. When I was quite young and quite small for my size, I met an old man in a desert of tries. And he sang me a song I will never forget. At least, well, I haven't forgotten it yet. He sat in a terribly prickly place, but he sang with a sunny, sweet smile on his face. When you think things are bad, you feel sour and blue. For when you start to get mad, you should do what I do. Okay, so there he is. Oh, okay, so yeah. He's watching him. Just tell yourself, Ducky, how lucky you really quite lucky. Some people are much more, ever so much more, muchly more unlucky than you. Okay, so there they are. I'm glad you don't work at Bungle Bridge. The building across Bobble. Sorry, I read that wrong. Bay at Bromwich. And the troublesome Lord, all the people who are in our troubles almost every minute. Got to be thankful, a whole heaping lot for the places and people you're lucky that you're not. Just suppose, for example, you lived in Gaslight and got caught in the traffic of Gaslight Highway 8. Or suppose, just for instance, you lived in with your bedroom up there, you and your bathroom up there. Okay, so there is a bunch of machinery stuff. Suppose you a poor Hobie Hart who had taken a strong bin but below tore apart. He will never get it together. I'm sure he will never. If the gig or the goal fits in the Securities or the snugs of the snow. Yes, Ducky, you're lucky you're not Holy Hort who has taken this down but little apart. Think they walk toward, think of poor Ali saw it. He has to mow grass in his uncle's backyard, and it's quite growing grass. It grows as he mows it. The faster he mows it, the faster he grows it, and all that. Stingy old uncle will pay for his shoving that mow around in that hay. Is the pitiful pay of 2 Duke less a day, and Allie can't live on such pitiful pay, so he has to paint flagpoles on Sundays to realize how lucky you are. You don't have to live in his shoes. And poor Mr. Biggs, every morning is at 6. Poor Mr. Biggs has his boyfriend to fix. It doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem right that his boyfriend just seems to go slump every night. It slumps in a heap, sadly, needing repair. His fingers is due to the local night air. It takes him all day to unslump it, and then the night air comes back and it slumps once again. So don't you feel blue. Don't get down in the dumps. You're lucky you don't have a boyfriend that slumps. And while we are at it, consider the slots that grumble horn, red-footed, green-bearded slots whose tail is entailed with unsolvable knots. If he isn't mulchy, much worse off than you. I'll eat an umbrella. That's just what I'll do. Okay. You're lucky indeed you don't ride on a camel. To ride on a camel, you sit on a wammel. A wammel, you know, is sort of a saddle held on the button of known of the faddle. And boy, if you're old, wammel faddle gets loose. I'm telling you, Ducky, you're gone like a goose. Okay. There's a man type writing stuff and poor Mr. Puddle. T crossword I dawdle. Oh, that's like this. I think okay, we bottle when I hear that. Okay, sorry. He has to cross T's and he has to dot I's. And an I in a T factory out of Van Nuys? What? I am bad at reading this book. Okay, let's just see how worse I can do now. Oh, the jobs people work at out west near Hatch. There's a hatch-hattle bee watcher. His job is to keep both eyes on the lazy town bee. A bee that's watched like work harder, you see. Well, he watched and he watched, but in spite of his watch, the bee didn't work any harder. Not more watch? So then somebody said, our old bee watching man isn't just bee watching as hard as he can. You ought to be watched by another. Okay, my hand hurts. Hatcher, the thing that we need is a bee watcher well. Okay. So all the people lined up to watch the bee. The bee watcher watched the bee watcher. He didn't watch well, so another hatcher had to come in for the watcher, and today all the Hotchers who live in Hotch are watching on watching on watcher who's watching that bee. You're not a hatch watcher. You're lucky you see. Okay. Unfortunate you're not Professor D. Boys. He spent his last 32 years, if you please, trying to teach Irish ducks how to read Javanese? I don't think I'm saying half of this right. And to think of the pull-puffing flugelhorn players who have to play down the flugelhorn stairs every morning to wake up the prince of the Boken. It's awful how often the pugils get broken. Okay. And now just suppose you are very poor Harry had to try as he will, he just can't make any shadow. He thinks that perhaps something's wrong with his giz, and I think that by golly there probably is. Okay, that is interesting. They're like connected. And the brothers Bazoo, your brothers Bazoo, suppose your hair grew like they happen to do. You think you're unlucky, I'm telling you, Ducky. Some people are mostly, oh, ever so mostly, mostly more unlucky than you. And suppose that you lived in the forest of France where the average young person just hasn't a chance to escape from the perilous pants-eating plants, but your pants are safe, the fortunate guy, and you ought to be shouting, how lucky am I? Okay. There he is. Hold on, it's just sorry. And suppose that you lived in the forest of France, where the average young person just hasn't a chance to escape from the peril. Oh wait, just read that. Sorry. Okay, so there they are. Oh dear, this is hard to read. And speaking of, let's say, plants. You should be growing radish. You're not formal. And speaking of plants, you should be greatly radish. You're not formal. Frankenberg 17th radish. That is so hard to read. Okay, so that's the picture. Okay, so there's this picture. Them swimming, I guess. And you're so lucky you're not Gucky Gaon, who lives by himself 90 miles out of town in the ruins of Wonk. Wonk is rather, one down. Sorry. Okay. And you're so lucky you're not a left sock left behind mistake. This in capitals of knock. So there he is. I mean, not there he is. There the picture is. Maybe that's the, okay, that's a sock and a cat. I left the cat behind too. Poor cat. Okay. Thank goodness for all the things you are not. Thank goodness you are not something someone forgot and left all alone in some punkle-ish place, like a rusty tin coat hanger hanging in space. That's why I say, Ducky, don't grumble, don't stew some. Okay, I'm gonna stop here.